Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Rite number MS1850S-050. This is a Rite hook bolt is what it is. This is identical to the maximum security swinging door deadbolt lock, except that the bolt is arranged into a hook fashion, which will obviously give you the ability to resist a spreading sort of attack as well. Even though the length on that laminated deadbolt that's on the Rite locks, don't quote me, but let's say it's 1.5 inches, you'd really have to spread the opening to get that to open. However, that hook is really going to go a long way, again, to defeating an attack like that. Okay, this is an item that is, when you purchase the MS1850S-050, this is what you're getting. A plain, not plain, but a flat faceplate is common as well. This happens to be in the 628 finish, or aluminum. It's obviously available in all of the common finishes from Rite for doing this. That's not sitting flat because the set screws that hold the cylinder by cylinder, or cylinder by nothing, or cylinder by thumb turn are not drawn all the way down. Speaking of cylinders or thumb turns, they are not included. That's a separate item that you would pick up apart from purchasing the lock set. The extended description below this video states that the over-center MS locking action assures that forced entry attempts to pry the door in any direction, up or down or sideways, will be defeated. Now, what they're saying with that action is, with that locking action, is that this black assembly, when it is moved back and forth, will retract or project the bolt. However, there is a round bar that you can basically see here at the end of my finger, and it runs through the unit. And when that bar is depressed, it will allow that black locking bar action to move. So that black bar locks that in place, and when the tailpiece rotates and pushes that down, it will allow that lever action to retract and project the bolt. Meaning, you can't just you can't just get something to turn in the lock to get it to move. Meaning that action of how it moves this way as a result of it being locked really prevents this from being pushed down, meaning being attacked up or down or sideways. Okay, and it's only when that drop bar is pushed down can you get that bolt to actually retract. It's even difficult to do it just with fingers, because the back side of the tailpiece, the cam on the back of the mortise cylinder, which is an Rite style cam, that will rotate, pushing that back and forth. That's how that works. Now, with the lock, you will get 2 bolts to secure it to the door. There's lots of different mounting types that are available with Rite locks, so be sure that you've got the proper mounting type. If you need help with how that would be accomplished, feel free to reach out to us. There is several links below this that will talk about many of the attributes that are required that you select at the time of order, and let's go through them. So first of all, this lock is available in 31/32 of an inch back set, 1.1 inch, and then 1.5 inch back set, and that is the dimension from the edge of the door to the center of the cylinder. So the way I like to talk about it is when someone calls and says, I need this lock, what's the back set? And the next question is, what's that? Well, the back set is the distance from the edge of the door to the center of the hole. I'll tell the client it's either 1 inch and not any over 1 inch, or it's clearly more than 1 inch. There's your 31/32 or your 1.1 inch. And if it's 1.5 inch, well, that's obvious to see. You'll probably want to measure that on the exterior, on what would be the wide side of the door, which would always be the pull side of the door. So if the aluminum storefront has a bevel to it, which it wouldn't if you were ordering a flat faceplate, you'd want a beveled faceplate, you're going to get a dimension that will be slightly greater than the actual back set, because the back set of a lock is not measured from the high or the low edge, or if it's a beveled door, it would be measured from the edge if it was a square edge door, but only because the back set is actually measured from the middle of the thickness of the door. So if this area here represented 1 3/4" thick doors, it would be measured from the center of the door to the back set. So if you're measuring it on the pull side, your dimension will be a little heavy. If you're on the push side, it'll naturally be a little light. It matters. You can't fit 1 1/8" onto a 31/32 prep and so forth. So when you are ordering the lock, now moving forward, the link below this video to the document called Template is very helpful because it provides to you a summary of this lock in a very organized sort of fashion. We talked about the back set. The steel with corrosion-resistant plating is part and parcel of this lock case. The function, the MS hook bolt deadlock, answers the security need of sliding glass doors in commercial, industrial, and institutional buildings. The mechanism is identical to the widely used maximum security swinging door lock, except that the massive laminated bolt is shaped as a hook to resist the parting motion of sliding doors and jambs. Now, I've had people install this on sliding doors. What you do have to account for is this may not be the proper lock to use for a sliding door, but rest assured, Adams Rite makes a lock specifically for sliding doors. What I'm referring to is that you've got a mouth here on the bolt that if your dimension from the edge of the door to the cased opening frame, let's say, is 1/8, you're going to be able to get a lot of movement out of the door before it stops, before it's hitting the inside portion of the frame or whatever, a strike plate, but it would be a frame. Generally, you're only going to see a slot cut in a frame for this. So keep that in mind. Your door is going to slide a little bit before it stops. And if you need help with a sliding door lock, specifically for sliding door locks that won't move at all, let us know. Basically, that bolt projects out, and when it projects out, there are literally 2 fingers that pop up and then engage the back side of the strike very neatly and very cleanly. Okay, 5/8 by 1 3/8, 13/16, 8-ply laminated stainless steel with an alumina ceramic core to defeat hacksaw attempts. Okay, 360-degree turn of the thumb turn or cylinder retracts and projects the bolt like any item. Again, Adams Rite cam. On page 2 of the template, you're going to get some dimensional properties, and let's go over that now. 6 13/16 tall on the faceplate. Yeah, indeed, that's the case. Overall width of the case itself appears to not be given. It would be handy to know what that is. Dimension A. They are giving dimension A, forgive me. It's on this lock, which is an 1 1/8 back set, it's 1 7/8. So we're going to go over that in a moment. So that is not accurate based on the dimensions provided. Let's see what we're doing wrong here. Forgive me. I did need to stare at that a little bit. What they're giving us is the dimension with the faceplate. So when you add the faceplate dimension, you'll be at basically 1 7/8 of an inch. Okay, there you go. Forgive me, I was reading that wrong. You've got an overall height. Now the width of the plate itself, they've got it 1 inch. They have 13/16 they set on the bolts. You've got a projection, at least from the body to the exterior, of about 1 inch. Okay. The rest of the dimensions are there. Upper right-hand corner of page 2 is installation. You can see where you've got a flat faceplate requirement. If you've got a square edge door, you can have a radiused faceplate or a beveled faceplate. In the event that it's beveled, we have to know the hand of the unit because this is not symmetrical. It's not the same from either end. The lower left-hand corner of page 2 is really the meat and potatoes, I think, of how to order not only this lock, but practically every lock Adams Rite related. They always, without exception, provide a very easy chart or table by which to maneuver the lock. You know you're dealing with an MS1850S. That's what this is. The next 3 digits are your back set. Okay. So the fact that they're saying 050, it's just telling you you need to tell us what you want here. This lock, therefore, because I had said it's an 1 1/8, is a 3 lock. The fact that it is a 5.0, it's a 350 lock, this is non-handed in the sense that it's a flat faceplate. If you were doing a beveled faceplate, you're going to need to have 355 or 356 to tell us the hand of the door so that the faceplate is correct. After that, of course, the finish. 628 aluminum, 313 dark bronze, 335 black. Next, there is a link below this video to a document called Instructions. That just literally tells you how to install the material, gives you the dimensions of how to locate the center line of the lock body to where the slot in the strike in the frame is located. That's crucial that you observe that, obviously, because that hook bolt, kind of doesn't stick straight out into a hole like a latch bolt does. Once you've achieved the proper dimensional properties or requirements on the door and the frame, you'll just complete your installation. Now, I had mentioned earlier alternate mounting methods, and they do have, Adams Rite has a mounting bridge that can be done, and then you can also, of course, get into mounting tabs. They have mounting tab kits that can be ordered as well. Generally, when people are buying something like this, they're purchasing a replacement lock where the mounting is already incorporated into the door and frame. But just keep in mind, if you're doing an installation like this for the first time, you're going to need to come up with some way to attach this physically to the edge of the door. Some people will purchase the tabs, which I recommend, or the mounting bridge as well, and then from there you need to know beveled, radius, square edge for the mounting bridge material. The bottom right-hand corner shows you the cam or the tail piece, gives lots of dimensional properties about the cam. Ignore all that. It's known in the industry as the Adams Rite cam. That's the cam that you want. Or don't ignore it. Let's say, okay, don't ignore it. Forgive me. Let's back up. If you have a Yale cylinder that's going into that, you're going to want to make sure that the Yale tailpiece matches those dimensional properties, or Schlage, or Corbin Russwin, or Sargent, or anyone. But it's just known Adams Rite, the Adams Rite cam. Now, finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Adams Rite products that we sell, but the full-line catalog, along with the manufacturer's website link. The full-line catalog is nice because what you'll end up learning, if you don't already know, Adams Rite does a lot more than just aluminum storefront hardware, latches, bolts, hook bolts like this, but exit devices, electric strikes, exit devices, panic devices, electric strikes, and of course a variety of other specialty materials such as that sliding door lock I had mentioned earlier, key or cylinder operated flush bolts as well. You're going to look to Adams Rite for a lot of specialty locks. If you have more than an occasional need for security hardware, regardless of it being aluminum storefront or wood or metal, familiarizing yourself with their catalog will be a very smart move just because of how deep Adams Rite is involved in specialty lock hardware. If you have any questions on the MS1850S, 050, hook bolt, or any other Adams Rite products, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.